The woman's voice quivered through the narrow, rain-slicked alley. Her body shook, her white suit smeared with dirt and tears, blonde hair plastered to her pale face. A twisted ankle left her helpless on the cold ground. The man looming over her stepped closer, his shadow long and menacing under the flickering streetlight. Then another voice broke through the tension. Step away from her. A tall, rugged man stood at the alley's mouth, a small girl in a yellow raincoat peeking from behind his leg. The stranger's tone was calm but commanding. His steady eyes left the aggressor frozen for a heartbeat before the man turned and vanished into the darkness. The trembling woman, still clutching her side, looked up at her rescuer. She didn't yet know who he was. But that night would change both their lives forever. His name was Tyler Ford, a 31-year-old single father and former rescue worker. Once, he'd been a firefighter, until the day he lost his wife to cancer and the world went dim. Now, he fixed washing machines for a living, coming home every evening to his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, a bright little girl who believed crayons could fix anything broken. That night, Tyler had taken Lily out for groceries and promised her a hot dog if she behaved. Cutting through the alley, they'd stumbled onto the terrified woman lying in the rain. Her name was Isabel Monroe, CEO of one of the city's biggest tech firms. Hours earlier, she'd fled from her fiancé, David Langston, who had cornered her in a hotel suite and demanded she sign over her company's assets. It was supposed to be a strategic marriage arranged by her father for power and profit. But Isabel refused. When David's rage turned physical, she ran, with nothing but a laptop containing files that could destroy him. She never made it far. Her ankle gave out, her phone was lost, and she found herself trapped until Tyler appeared. Tyler carried her home through the fading rain. His apartment was small but warm. He laid her gently on the couch and wrapped her in a towel. Lily peeked in shyly, clutching her stuffed bunny. "Daddy, why is she crying like me when I miss Mummy?" she asked. Isabel's heart broke. Tyler only smiled softly and said, "She's had a hard day, honey. Sometimes grown-ups cry too." Later that night, Isabel woke to silence. Her ankle still throbbed, but what caught her eye wasn't pain. It was the care she'd been given. Her shoes, once soaked, had been cleaned and stitched. Beside them lay a towel and a note in rough handwriting. "Your foot's not better yet. You can stay. It's okay." It wasn't pity. It was kindness, something she hadn't felt in years. By morning, the smell of ginger tea filled the air. Tyler appeared with a steaming mug and fresh bandages. He knelt before her, wrapping her ankle with calm precision. "You've done this before," she murmured. "Used to be rescue work," he said quietly. "You learn to stay steady when things fall apart." When he noticed her torn jacket, he fetched a sewing kit. Isabel tried to protest, but he smiled. "It's worth fixing." The simple act broke her open. Tears spilled as she whispered, "I'm not used to being cared for. Everyone deserves that." Tyler replied gently. Just then, Lily ran in with a drawing. A man, a little girl, and beside them, an empty outline of a woman. "That's you," Lily said proudly. "I left that space empty for a long time. I think it's supposed to be you now." Isabel pressed the drawing to her heart. For years, she'd fought for acceptance in a world that only saw her as a brand. And now, in this tiny apartment, a child had given her something no one ever had. A place to belong. Days turned into weeks. Isabel's ankle healed slowly, but her spirit was transforming. Tyler guided her through each step, steady, patient, never condescending. Just one step at a time. He'd say softly. One morning, Lily declared, "Let's make pancakes." The kitchen became a joyful mess, batter everywhere, laughter echoing as the first pancakes burned. "These are Dorky pancakes." Lily giggled. "But Dorky is good." As they sat eating, Lily suddenly said, "I told my class you might be my new mom." The room went still. Tyler met Isabel's eyes across the table, and in his quiet look there was only peace. That night, Isabel leaned on his shoulder as the city lights glimmered outside. "You don't know it," she whispered, "but you saved me from so many things." He smiled faintly. "I didn't save anyone. I just saw someone who needed help." She realized then, love wasn't about grand gestures. It was about staying when everyone else walks away. But the past has a way of catching up. A black car appeared outside the apartment. Reporters, lawyers, cameras. They'd found her. The board of her company offered her everything back. Millions in compensation, reinstatement, reputation repair. All she had to do was return and pretend nothing happened. She looked at the offer for a long time, then closed her laptop. "I'm not going back," she told Tyler. "Are you sure?" he asked. "Yes," she said quietly. "I've never felt more real than I do here." They left the city and drove to Tyler's mother's farmhouse. Quiet, surrounded by trees and peace. His mother greeted Isabel with open arms. "There's warm bread in the oven and a clean bed upstairs," she said simply. That night under the stars, Isabel confessed, "I used to think I had everything, power, wealth, respect. But it was all hollow." Tyler looked at her gently. "They only saw your name, not you." She nodded. "Exactly." He told her of the fire from years ago, the one where he couldn't save a little girl. She took his hand. No words needed. They both understood what it meant to carry pain quietly. Weeks later, Isabel returned to the boardroom. Not to reclaim power, but to end her old life with dignity. David sneered, mocking her limp. But when she began speaking, the room fell silent. "I may not walk the same," she said, "but I stand taller now because I stand for myself." With one click, she displayed the files exposing their corruption. Then she placed her resignation on the table. "You can keep your empire of fear," she said calmly. "I choose freedom." And as she walked out, no one dared stop her. When she returned to Tyler's home, the air smelled of soil and marigolds. On the balcony, Lily was planting flowers. "Do you have room for one more in this garden?" Isabel asked softly. Tyler looked up, smiling. "Always." They dug their hands into the dirt together, planting something new, something that would last. Isabel soon launched the Lily House, a foundation for women escaping abuse and corporate exploitation. Tyler helped build the website. Lily chose the name, "Because flowers grow better when they have sunshine," she said, "and love." The one quiet evening, Lily climbed onto Isabel's lap with a new drawing. 3 stick figures stood in front of a blooming garden. "I don't want to erase you later," she said seriously. "Will you stay forever?" Isabel kissed her forehead. "Sweetheart, I'll always be here." Later, Tyler handed her a small bracelet woven with colorful threads. "Lily made it," he said. "She calls it a commitment bracelet. Not a ring, just a promise." Isabel slipped it on, her eyes glistening. For the first time, she whispered, "I feel like I've been chosen just for being me." He took her hand, their fingers intertwining. No vows, no declarations, just quiet, steady love. Months passed. The Lily House thrived. Women found hope again. Children laughed. Isabel spoke softly at community gatherings, her words carrying the strength of survival. At home, she found peace in small things: pancakes on Saturdays, crayon drawings on the fridge, and Lily's laughter echoing through the rooms. She wasn't just safe anymore. She was seen. She was loved. Sometimes family isn't something you're born into. It's something you build, one act of kindness at a time. Isabel didn't just walk away from power. She walked towards something real, a man who never asked her to be perfect, a child who believed in her, and a life where love came freely, without conditions.